these pressures that are caused by energy prices make life harder. And this shows the dangers of our reliance on these fossil fuel markets, which are not in our control, but in the control of petrostates and dictators around the world.
This is Ed Miliband attempting to excuse himself from the fact that energy price caps are going to be going up by 111 quid in April, even though this Labour government promised to bring them down by 300 quid.
And it underlines the importance of our mission for clean homegrown power. So if you can have renewables and nuclear as the backbone of your electricity system, that means that we control what's happening to the prices and not the gyrations and the roller coaster of the global market.
So there we go. Apparently, it's all going to plan, according to Ed Miliband. The fact that energy prices are going up, even though the Labour government promised that they would come down, it's all part of the plan, guys. And all it does is reinforce Ed Miliband's idea that we need to continue on this march towards net zero. And I like the idea of having more renewables, having more energy diversity and energy security here in the UK. But I want to pick up on the fact that he was talking there about energy prices being controlled by dictators and how we need to reduce their reliance on them. And I'm thinking, well, hang on, that doesn't really add up with your current policy. Because as much as increasing renewables sounds like a great idea, shutting down our gas that we have in this country doesn't help us at all. That makes us more reliant on gas from dictators. When we are not yet in a position to be 100% reliant on the renewables that you are growing in this country. So this this news article was out in Telegraph the other day and in other papers as well. Miliband accused of playing into hands of Putin with plan to concrete over Britain's last gas wells. This is giving power to dictators. We are making ourselves more reliant on foreign energy, the way things are going with Ed Miliband's utopian plan at the moment. If you are going to make the argument that your energy policy is about reducing reliance on dictators and other countries, do not concrete over our gas wells. Do not close down steel plants in this country when we still are reliant on virgin steel. We are now importing it from other countries. It's coming in a boat that uses fossil fuels to travel to the UK. It just doesn't make sense. It's completely utopian and completely ideologically driven. As I said, I want more energy security. I want us to be less reliant on the Russians, for example. I mean, the Germans, they closed down their nuclear facilities, I believe, even when Donald Trump said, don't do that, that's stupid, because you'll be reliant on the Russians. What happened? They ended up relying on the Russians, and it didn't really bode very well for them. So this is just bonkers. They're trying to act like everything's going to plan, and it's not. Ed Miliband tweeted in response to that clip that was from him on BBC Breakfast, energy bills rising will be worrying news for households across the UK. Labour is acting to protect families with plans to expand the warm home discount to 2.7 million more people across the country. He's trying to act like everything is okay and everything is going to plan. But let me tell you, the ship is sinking fast. I predict that Ed Miliband will not be a minister for very long. I think Rachel Reeves, who is just clutching at straws, trying to grow the economy and trying to reduce costs in any way possible at the moment, she may well have to say to Ed Miliband, sorry mate, this is not any good for our economy. We are really, really struggling. If you say you're going to cement over our gas wells, well, you're not going to be in your position as minister anymore. Keir Starmer, this tweet has aged well. So this was from before the general election, June 19th, 2024, just to get rid of any doubt that Labour hasn't broken their promises. Labour's first step to set up Great British Energy will save families up to 300 quid a year off their energy bills. A vote for Labour on Thursday, 4th of July is a vote for change and to make you better off. And you can argue about the exact wording of it, but I really do feel like here and in other messages that were put out by the Labour Party, they gave us the impression that we would start seeing reductions in our energy bills quickly. We would start seeing the economy growing quickly. Okay, and then after they came into power, it all started to crumble. They started putting up taxes. The economy was not growing. It was no longer going to be a budget for growth. And in fact, they said, sorry guys, it's going to be a painful budget. They're now acting like, oh no, everything's going to plan. We always said that this was going to be a long run thing. No. You did not mention before the general election that your plan involved a painful budget and chaos in the first part of your premiership, whilst you, quote, fix the foundations of the country. No. You promised that everything would be happy days as soon as you guys get into power. 7 months in, what have they got to show for it? Absolutely nothing. But anyway, that is the latest update on Ed Miliband's crazy march to net zero. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that we can make sure to let you know if he does indeed succeed at cementing over those gas wells or not. We will make sure you guys are all updated. See you next time.